Hello. I like to practice meditation. I like it a lot. I like to practice meditation by myself, in the woods, at home, on retreat, at monasteries, with friends, all sorts of ways that we can practice. And one of my favorite ways is to practice while in relationship, in a sort of meditative relating, mindful relating. And so I've started a group where I'm gathering now friends and co-explorers curious to adventure through their experience of the present moment, through the experience of being alive as a human being, and see what we might find. So it's a group called Dhamma Circles, and if you haven't already joined, please come and join me and let's practice together. I've been setting up some online practice groups through a video conference where we can do this together. And if you have no idea what that might even be or what I'm talking about, that's okay. You can just show up and practice, or perhaps I can give a little bit of a description right now. To remain very present to what's happening in the moment can sometimes be very difficult all around. That's period. That's a good sentence right there. It can be very difficult. It can definitely be difficult sitting on a cushion at home trying to meditate because the mind just wants to wander away, or there's all sorts of distractions, things I'd rather be doing. I might just be thinking about all the things I'd rather be doing the whole time. But then what's interesting is then once I'm doing those things, then I'm spending my entire time doing something, again, thinking about some other thing I could be doing, or reminiscing on last time I did this, or planning for the next time if I really like it, or if I don't like it, thinking about how I can get it to end. I can feel like I can get all riled up just thinking about all the ways that our minds can kind of scatter off and take us away from the present moment. And especially it happens in relationship. Relationships can be incredibly challenging, especially intimate ones, or relationships where we need something from someone else, such as a work relationship or family. Because our mind might be on something that we really, really want, or really, really don't want. And that's where our focus is, and it's taking us away from the actual experience of being with this person. Meanwhile, their mind is probably on something that they either want or something that they don't want. And they're not being present either. And so here's two people sort of in their own worlds coming together, and there can be a friction or a tension or conflicts. And so this idea of bringing in a Buddhist context, the Dhamma or the Dharma, depending on what language you're taking the word from, the teachings of the Buddha into a context of relationship. So much of that teaching is about understanding this nature of this mind that's constantly wanting and not wanting, craving and aversion, grasping, pushing away, for all these things in this world and this universe that's constantly changing, constantly undergoing transformation, dissolving, decaying, disintegrating, blossoming forth fresh and new. And we're grasping at it, like trying to pick up water and it's just slipping through the fingers. And all of us in this condition, this human condition, then trying to come together and relate to each other in some sort of meaningful or productive way. It's kind of a wonder that we're able to do it at all. So there's like a simple teaching from the Buddha to just notice this. When the mind is craving, I know that I'm craving. When I'm averse, having aversion, I know that I'm having aversion. When I'm neutral, I know that I'm neutral. When I have equanimity, I know that I have equanimity. When I'm clinging, I know that I'm clinging. This is the training. Knowing. Just knowing. First step, just knowing. Oh, this is what's happening right now. This is a mind that's craving. This is a mind that's feeling aversion. And then noticing that there's the present moment itself. The craving is craving for the future, but the craving is here right now. And the aversion to push away something or some bad memory, never happen again. I don't want that to happen again, but this experience of not wanting is happening right now. And so something really different happens when we turn our attention away from that object that we're craving, that object that we want or don't want. Move our mind away from that, or attention, even if it's just a little bit of separation from that experience, just to be able to observe the experience itself. What is this? What is craving? What is aversion? What is this mind that's wound up? What is this mind that's tied in knots? And we start to feel the suffering of that, which is the Buddha's first noble truth, that there is suffering in life. And that the second noble truth, there is this suffering has a cause, and this cause is the clinging and the craving. So these are foundational teachings to explore, not to memorize or try to impress your friends with by reciting these things, but to feel it, to experience it. What is this thing? What is suffering? Why am I suffering so often? So often I can like feel this. As I'm talking about it, I feel like this pit in my belly, and so often, so much, this mind just going. And then to come into relationship with another person who's also being very, very present, who's also practicing in this moment, practicing the knowing, practicing the awareness, the witnessing, the observing, the knowing, the experiencing, the feeling. They're feeling their experience, they're witness to their experience, to life happening as it is happening in the moment, unfolding within them, bringing all of that presence, then sort of lights up my own presence, where they can start to see things in me, and I can start to see things in them that are happening in this moment that we might not otherwise be aware of. And so this is the practice, is just bringing a full presence to this moment. And maybe there's a little more to it than that also. The Buddha, sometimes those teachings so simple, just like this little thing. Just observe craving and aversion. So simple, just a simple practice. And then yet 80,000 suttas or something like that, discourses from the Buddhas, this vast volumes of teachings that he dispensed over his 40 years of teaching. So maybe it's a little complex too. A little bit simple, a little bit complex. So I've started a group to practice this. It's been going for a little while more, but I'm trying to put some more energy into it, to bring some life into it, because I really just want to practice with you all. and I want to create a space where we can practice together. So join me. I've created some events that you'll see, and there's a Facebook group, Dhamma Circles. Hope to see you there. And may you grow in Dhamma. May you blossom in awareness of your own suffering and your own way out of suffering. And may your mind be at peace.